Here we go. Okay, so with this we're gonna build a fence. We don't have much to begin with, but as you can see from zooming up, we know there is a fence behind there, and we just want to duplicate and make a large fence out of pretty much what we've got there. You can see it's a repeating pattern, so what I'm going to do is basically copy this layer, this selection to a new layer, and then turn off the bottom. That's what I'm starting out with, and I'm just going to duplicate it a bunch of times and start making my fence. So I'm just going to drag and position these layers where I want them so that I can have a beginnings of what I think that fence looks like. I'm just going down and selecting, dragging and dropping just over and over again. And as I'm going, I'm starting to realize, well, I didn't realize it here, but you'll see in a minute that this repeating pattern is too obvious, so I'm going to attempt to get rid of it in a minute. Alright, once you're done with that, you want to select all your layers. I'm just checking to make sure that that's the last one. Shift click the bottom one, and then layer, merge layers, or Control E, and then you have all of that in one layer. Now you duplicate it again, but here's where I realized that that repeating pattern was going to be a problem, so didn't want that. Delete that, and let's fix that repeating pattern before it gets any further. So I'm trying to figure out what to do, make my brush smaller, of course. I'm going to try and put the line somewhere, but I did it twice, I don't know why. And then I'm like, 3 times. I must not have been thinking. But that one seemed to work, so then I just started to copy a line and stick it there, so that pattern is now gone. Well, not completely gone, but it's less apparent, I would say. So I'm just making sure that that's the case with all of these, so that I don't have. This would have been totally 10 times easier with Pattern Maker, but I haven't got that installed, so I'm having to do it the hard way. Make a bunch of copies and move it into position again, just like with the first set. And as you can see, my fence is starting to come together pretty nicely. I don't have too much of a repeating pattern that's blatantly obvious. It's there, but you're not going to see it that easily. And that's mostly what I'm concerned with, that it's not like blatantly obvious. Alright, I'm just doing more of the same, moving them out, positioning them, making my fence a little bit bigger. And there you have it. It's almost done. Shift click, layer, merge layers, or Control E to merge all those layers into one. So now I can duplicate it and make a bigger piece of fence. I can merge them again, merge layers. Now it's even bigger. Now I'm going to turn back on my bottom layers, my actual layers, to see how far I've gotten. It looks big when you're zoomed in, but it's kind of small, so I'm going to have to fix that by duplicating it again, and like before, just move it into position. Now right here I'm trying to line it up, because usually when you have a fence line, there's a little shadow right at the bottom, so I'm trying to use what's already there to mimic that, and trying to get it in position. I'll clone out the feet and fix that later, but I just want the fence to be where I want it. I'm just going to merge it one more time, and that's pretty much it for